There was a time when just hearing that ringtone echo through the classroom was enough for everyone to know who was carrying a premium phone. There was a time when the 2MP camera on the Sony Ericsson K750 was more than enough to make you your group's go-to photographer. But what caused this technological icon, a symbol of an entire 80s 90s generation, to slowly fade from the spotlight? In today's video, we're looking back at the 30 most iconic phones from Sony Ericsson, the devices that defined an era. Introduced in 2001, the Sony Ericsson T68 marked a turning point in mobile history. It was one of the first phones with a color display, paired with Bluetooth support and a distinctive joystick control. Compact, stylish, and ahead of its time, the T68 helped define what modern mobile phones would become. The Sony Ericsson T610 became a design icon of its era. With its color screen, integrated camera, Bluetooth, and polished metal accents, it felt truly premium. Compact yet powerful, the T610 brought multimedia and style together, shaping the identity of early 2000s mobile phones. Sony Ericsson K750 redefined what a camera phone could be. Featuring a 2-megapixel camera with autofocus, a sliding lens cover, and a bright color display, it delivered unmatched imaging for its time. Reliable, stylish, and versatile, the K750 became a legend of mid-2000s mobile technology. Sony Ericsson K800 pushed mobile photography to a new level. As the first cyber-shot phone, it featured a 3.2-megapixel camera with autofocus, xenon flash, and a protective lens cover. Blending serious imaging power with a sleek design, the K800 set a new standard for camera phones. Sony Ericsson K850 refined the cyber-shot legacy. Equipped with a 5-megapixel camera, xenon flash, and advanced image processing, it delivered exceptional photos for its time. With a solid, modern design and dedicated camera controls, the K850 stood as one of Sony Ericsson's most powerful camera phones. Sony Ericsson W800 changed how people listen to music on mobile phones. As the first Walkman phone, it delivered rich stereo sound, dedicated music controls, and expandable memory. Paired with the capable 2-megapixel camera, the W800 turned the mobile phone into a true pocket music player. Sony Ericsson W810 refined the Walkman phone experience. Featuring enhanced stereo sound, dedicated music controls, and long battery life, it was built for music lovers. With a 2-megapixel camera, autofocus, and a sleek, practical design, the W810 balanced entertainment and everyday reliability. Sony Ericsson W900 stood out with its bold swivel design and powerful multimedia features. As a premium Walkman phone, it delivered rich stereo sound, dedicated music controls, and ample storage for its time. Equipped with a 2-megapixel camera and 3 grams connectivity, the W900 blended style, music, and performance into one striking device. Sony Ericsson W910 brought a fresh slide design to the Walkman series. Slim and stylish, it featured shake control for music, stereo, Bluetooth, and 3 grams connectivity. With a 2-megapixel camera and a vibrant display, the W910 delivered a dynamic music experience in a sleek, modern form. Sony Ericsson W950 blended Walkman music power with smartphone intelligence. Running on Symbian WIC, it featured a large touchscreen and an impressive 4 GB of internal storage, massive for its time. Focused purely on music, it skipped the camera to deliver a premium audio experience in a sleek, minimalist design. Sony Ericsson W960 elevated the Walkman experience into the smartphone era. Powered by Symbian WIC, it featured a large touchscreen, Wi-Fi connectivity, and an impressive 8 GB of internal storage. With rich stereo sound and a 3.2-megapixel autofocus camera, the W960 combined music, productivity, and premium design in one device. Sony Ericsson W980 stood out with its elegant clamshell design and premium Walkman features. With 8 GB of internal storage, touch-sensitive external music controls, and rich stereo sound, it was built for serious music lovers. Blending style, innovation, and solid performance, the W980 captured the spirit of the late Walkman era. Sony Ericsson W995 became one of the most complete Walkman phones ever made. Featuring 8.1 megapixel camera with autofocus and flash, stereo speakers, Wi-Fi, GPS, and a sleek slider design, it blended music and multimedia effortlessly. The W995 marked the peak of Sony Ericsson's feature phone era. Sony Ericsson C902 brought a sleek, futuristic touch to the CyberShot lineup. Its ultra-slim design hid a 5-megapixel camera with autofocus and flash, revealed through a stylish sliding lens cover. With touch-sensitive camera controls and refined aesthetics, the C902 combined fashion and photography in one elegant device. Sony Ericsson C905i was a true powerhouse of mobile photography. As the first 8.1 megapixel CyberShot phone, it featured autofocus, xenon flash, face detection, and GPS geotagging. With Wi-Fi connectivity and a solid slider design, the C905i delivered camera performance that rivaled dedicated digital cameras of its time. Sony Ericsson Satio pushed mobile photography to new heights. Featuring a groundbreaking 2.1 megapixel camera with xenon flash and touchscreen controls, it blended CyberShot imaging with smartphone power. Running on Symbian and packed with multimedia features, the Satio stood as one of the most ambitious devices of its time. Sony Ericsson's Xperia X1 marked the birth of the Xperia brand. Powered by Windows Mobile, it featured a 3-inch touchscreen and a distinctive arc-sliding QWERTY keyboard. With Wi-Fi, GPS, and a premium metal design, the Xperia X1 blended business productivity with cutting-edge style for its era. Sony Ericsson's Xperia X2 refined the brand's premium smartphone vision. Running on Windows Mobile, it featured a 3.2-inch touchscreen and a smooth slide-out QWERTY keyboard. With Wi-Fi, GPS, stereo speakers, and an 8.1 megapixel camera, the Xperia X2 combined productivity, multimedia, and sleek Scandinavian design. Sony Ericsson's Xperia X10 marked the company's bold entry into the Android era. Featuring a large 4-inch touchscreen, a powerful 1 GHz processor, and 8.1 megapixel camera, it was built for multimedia and connectivity. With Timescape and Mediascape interfaces, the Xperia X10 introduced a new vision for Sony Ericsson smartphones. Sony Ericsson's Xperia X10 Mini Pro proved that smartphones didn't have to be big to be powerful. Compact yet bold, it featured a 2.55-inch touchscreen and a slide-out QWERTY keyboard. Running on Android, it delivered smart features, social connectivity, and surprising performance in one of the smallest smartphones of its time. Sony Ericsson's Xperia Arc S stood out with its stunning curved design and ultra-slim profile. Powered by a 1.4 GHz processor, it featured a 4.2-inch reality display with mobile Bravia engine and an 8.1 megapixel XMR camera. Elegant and powerful, the Arc S captured the peak of Sony Ericsson's Android design era. Sony Ericsson Vivas focused on capturing life in motion. Running on Symbian, it featured a 3.2-inch touchscreen and a powerful 8.1 megapixel camera capable of HD video recording, rare for its time. With its curved design and multimedia strength, the Vivas was built for users who wanted creativity in their pocket. Sony Ericsson Vivas Pro expanded on the Vivas with the slide-out QWERTY keyboard for enhanced productivity. Powered by Symbian, it featured a 3.2-inch touchscreen and a strong 5-megapixel camera with HD video recording. Blending, messaging, multimedia, and sleek design, the Vivas Pro targeted users who wanted creativity and communication in one device. Sony Ericsson's Xperia Play was the world's first PlayStation-certified smartphone. Featuring a slide-out gaming controller with physical buttons and touchpads, it brought console-style gameplay to Android. Powered by a 1 GHz processor and a 4-inch display, the Xperia Play blended mobile communication with true gaming performance. Sony Ericsson's Xperia Neo V offered a balanced mix of style and performance. Featuring a 3.7-inch reality display with mobile Bravia engine and a 5-megapixel XMR camera capable of HD video. It delivered strong multimedia capabilities. Compact, curved, and powered by Android, the Neo V captured the essence of Sony Ericsson's design philosophy. Sony Ericsson's Peri array proved that compact phones could still be premium. With its slim aluminum-accented design, 3.3-inch reality display, and 8.1-megapixel XMR camera, it delivered impressive multimedia performance. Small in size but rich in features, the Xperi array stood out as one of the most elegant Android phones of its time.